And then it's possible for you to fall awake and live in that state anytime you wish it. And know that the higher part of you is living in that state all the time. In a state of unendurable pleasure indefinitely prolonged. I can't squawk at that. That's the message for the day. Get that into your hearts and you'll always be joyous and happy, because joy is the natural state and the bliss of at-one-ment with the all. That's God. That's God. And there's a spark of that God within each one of you. And it's an individual spark, but it's part of that oneness. Because there's no two of us have the same fingerprints. There's something that we're doing and living and being. And that's the thing. Be you. Don't try to be somebody else. Damn it, be you. Go ahead and live. And remember that love is the greatest thing in the world. You know, love is something, you call it passion and sex in some instances. Remember that ananda that you feel there, that great bliss, that's just a touch of what you can be living in your consciousness all the time. You can get more stinking from thinking than you can from drinking, but to feel is for real. But that feeling that you get there is not a selfish, possessive feeling. It's just the feel of the love of God. By straight logic, you could never come to it. So therefore, how much you go to churches, whatever name you call the Creator, pick out anyone you want. There are natives in different parts of the world that have made a hunk of stone or a twig or a rock their reality. But if it helped them get in tune with that which is within them, that's the important thing. If you really want to do some meditation, you can't do it. You can't really meditate and even get anywhere near samadhi or anywhere near the reality as long as your subjective side of your being is still busy. You have to be still. You have to be very still. And that isn't new to Sufism. After all, the good book says, be still and know that I am God. Know that you are God. Each and every one of us has that spark of immortality within us. It's all within each one of us. In the middle of some woods back in Minnesota where it gets pretty cold. But it was the summertime. I was just breathing and I took a breath in a certain way. And I was filled with ecstasy. And you know, for about 10 years, I tried in every way I could think of to get back that same feeling of taking a breath in that way. And I couldn't. And then all of a sudden it happened again. And then from a standpoint of logic, I looked it over and said, well, it wasn't any particular place I was in or what I was doing, but it's just a certain way, a certain attunement of something inside of me that brings that about. So I finally got so I can do it consciously now anytime I wish. You don't know what event in life may bring it to you. But if your aspiration is right and your heart is right, it'll happen. You see, we're breathing in and breathing out, but we're not breathing in and breathing out. We're embreathed by the reality. That's what it is. It's right there. A working knowledge of the heart. It isn't complicated. It can't be taught. It's got to be caught by being around people that have some of it. And you'll feel it. You'll feel it inside. you are. And that all you have to do is just be what you are. I'm telling the same stories as I've always told them, the same truths. In fact, I've said to people, what the hell do you come around for? Because the guy says the same thing. And the only way I can figure that you keep coming around is because you didn't hear what I said. But that there is that something inside of you that was never born, never dies, and is immortal. And if you can just be still, you can get to it. You can't make it happen, but if you just listen to what's happening inside of you once in a while, and stay awake and not fall asleep, and just be still and see what you hear from inside of you. Not in words, but in feelings and understanding. That's the only meditation that I have in mind. And that one isn't difficult. And just before you go to sleep at night, when all the thoughts have left your outer mind, be still and understand that clearness that you enjoy at that time. That clearness is where you could be all the time if you would just go to that place within you and live it from there, and that's within your heart. Allah, Allah, Allah,
Taking a gentle breath. Taking a gentle breath and hold it. Hold your breath. Now exhale. Now taking another gentle breath. Energy drop into the heart. Taking a gentle breath. Now exhale. Together we're going to say Yahai. It means life, and we'll raise our hands up. And then Yahak. When we say Yahak, bend our knees, bend our waist, touch the earth, holding hands. Ready? Yaha. Now taking a breath. Taking a breath and hold it. I means life. Yaha.
The sun shall rise in western skies. The prophet did receive, and all men, the sun shall rise in western skies. The prophet did receive, and all men, all men
Because if you have allowed yourself to be open on a channel, those people weren't coming by for anything I said. I might have centered their attention for a few minutes or an hour or two, but the thing is, they let themselves quiet down, be still, be happy. Huh? And it encouraged that to start growing more. Huh? But the thing is this, you plant the seeds or you stimulate the seeds in the heart, and those people after a bit, whether they say anything about the particular subject or not, they're radiating it. If anybody pays any attention to what I say, they're nuts. But if they're getting what I'm trying to let flow out from me, which I only understand in a limited sense, they'll feel the love of God. Feel it. It's within each one of you. The reality itself. It's not limited to the vehicles you're in now. This is eternal. If you just keep in your mind, even in your imagination, if you haven't got any touch of it and you don't get any feel of it, that you're not only the physical vehicle you're in, but that reality within you stretches from here to the limits of eternity. Allah Bismillah, say that God is one, living eternal, and beside Him none. Allah Bismillah, say that God is You got to rely on something within you. Nobody else can do it for you. They can give you a lot of answers, but the very experience yourself, you must have it within you. So that's what I'm talking about. And try it. Try it this way. Sit down, quiet with yourself, and see where you are. How do you feel about it? And realize that you can tune in to that greater party of your being within yourself. Because you, each one individually, must come to that reality yourself. Nobody can act as an intermediate to bring you in touch with that reality within you. More is said in silence that can ever be said in words. And that's why it's so important for your health to get to a place where it is quiet. Because it's kind of catchy. I used to say when the people would walk down the beach with me, they'd say, well, I want to meditate. What shall I meditate on? I said, don't meditate. Just sit down there and listen to the ocean. Listen to the ocean coming in on the sand. Just listen. And it will be singing you the song of eternity. It's going on constantly day and night.